Welcome to the Papyrus Global TV Nigerian News Update. I am Christiana Babayo. Tonight, Nigeria's political space is shaped by decisive legislative action, high-level mediation at the presidency, internal party realignments, and growing international attention on the country's democratic processes. From the Senate chamber to party secretariats, and from Abuja to Washington, these are the political developments commanding national attention today. On tonight's headlines, the Nigerian Senate reaffirms electronic transmission of election results while retaining manual backups ahead of the 2027 polls. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu steps in to mediate the political rift between Nyesom Wike and Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State. Fresh tensions emerge within major political parties, including the Labour Party and the African Democratic Congress. And Nigeria features prominently on the international stage with developments involving the United States and senior Nigerian political figures. We begin at the National Assembly. Nigeria Senate has reaffirmed its position on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, supporting the electronic transmission of polling results, while allowing manual documentation using Form EC8 as a fallback where technology fails. Lawmakers say the decision reflects lessons from past elections and responds directly to public concerns about transparency and credibility. Senate leaders insist the hybrid approach balances innovation with practicality, particularly in areas with limited digital infrastructure, as preparations gradually build towards the 2027 general elections. At the presidency, political mediation took center stage. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, confirmed a meeting involving President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, aimed at resolving a prolonged political disagreement in the state. Sources describe the intervention as a deliberate effort by President Bola Tinubu to restore cohesion and prevent prolonged instability within the ruling political structure in Rivers State. Analysts say the president's involvement underscores his role as a political stabilizer, especially in states with complex power dynamics. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar also made political headlines today. Speaking during a visit to Mina, Atiku stated that the African Democratic Congress (ADC) does not include zoning provisions in its party's constitution, unlike several other major political parties. While stopping short of declaring his intentions for the 2027 presidential race, his comments have reignited debate about opposition strategy, power rotation, and coalition politics ahead of the next electoral cycle. In Abuja, developments at the Labour Party National Secretariat drew significant attention. Reports confirmed heavy security presence as a faction led by Senator Nenadi Usman assumed control of the party's headquarters, displacing the group aligned with Julius Abure. Police screening and administrative restructuring were observed at the secretariat, signaling an ongoing struggle over party leadership and legitimacy. Political observers say the outcome of this internal contest could influence the party's future relevance and cohesion. Senate President Godswill Akpabio disclosed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is expected to sign the amended Electoral Act into law later this month. According to Akpabio, the Senate expanded its conference committee to reconcile differences between its version of the bill and that of the House of Representatives, a necessary step before presidential assent. If signed, the amendment would mark a significant milestone in Nigeria's ongoing electoral reform process. Civil society voices were also prominent today. The former Minister of Education and Public Policy Advocate Obi Ezekwesili openly criticized the Senate's recent handling of electoral amendments, questioning the legislature's commitment to democratic reform. Her comments reflect broader civil society concerns about legislative accountability, transparency, and public trust in democratic institutions. The Senate has not issued a formal response to her remarks as of this evening. International attention turned toward Nigeria following reports from the United States A group of U.S. lawmakers is considering visa and asset restrictions against certain prominent Nigerians, including former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso, over alleged religious freedom concerns. The proposal, which also references leaders of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, remains under discussion and has not been adopted as official U.S. policy. Nigerian officials stress the importance of diplomatic engagement and due process. Back at the National Assembly, the Senate appointed 12 lawmakers to a reconciliation committee tasked with harmonizing differences between the Senate and House versions of the amended Electoral Act. The committee's work is considered critical to ensuring legal clarity and legislative consensus before the bill is transmitted to the President. Legislative experts say this stage often determines the final character of major national laws. Nigeria also featured positively on the global stage today. At the 74th Annual National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, D.C., U.S. President Donald J. Trump publicly acknowledged Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, praising her role in faith leadership and public service. The recognition has been described by diplomats as a symbolic boost to Nigeria's international profile. ADC warns of internal destabilization. Finally, the African Democratic Congress raised concerns over an alleged plot to destabilize its party structures in Rivers State. ADC leadership claims parallel and unconstitutional structures are being created within the party, warning that such actions could undermine internal democracy. Party officials say investigations are ongoing and vow to expose those responsible. Those are the political stories shaping Nigeria today. From electoral reform and legislative action to party politics, presidential mediation, and international engagements. Today's developments highlight the evolving nature of Nigeria's democratic journey. This has been the Papyrus Global TV Nigeria Politics. For more news, visit thepapyrusdaily.com. I am Christiana Babayo. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay with the Papyrus Global TV.